Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be walking you through your metric conversion notes. So what I want you to do is, first thing, to go grab this piece of paper, if you do not have it already, from your teacher that has this stair-step diagram on it. Next, you're going to copy down the following acronym under each letter. This helps us remember which order the different units are for the metric conversion. So we're going to write down King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. And each word stands for one letter in our metric conversion diagram. The next thing we need to do is get ready to cut out this diagram. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut anywhere that there is orange, which means you're going to cut along almost every single line except for this blue one down here at the bottom. We're not going to cut down at this bottom line. Our goal is to end up having a flap that we can fold down. So we're going to use this as our first foldable in our notebooks for the year. After you've gotten this cut out, the next thing we're going to do is tape it down into our notebooks. We're just taping along that bottom line that says metric conversions, and then we can fold back that first flap that says king, and we're going to write in the unit underneath it, which is kilo, and it stands for the thousandth placeholder. This means that you have 1,000 of whatever you're measuring. If you have 1 kilogram, you have 1,000 grams. We're going to talk about how to actually use this stair step to convert in just a moment. The next flap you're going to fold down is hecto, and under Henry, it stands for the 100th placeholder. If you have 1 hectogram, you have 100 grams. After hecto, we have deca, which is noted with a capital letter D, and it stands for 10 units. Under usually, we're going to write the word unit. This is what we call our base unit, such as meters, liters, and grams. One of our unit just means one of these. After unit, under where we have the word drink, we're going to write deci. Deci is with a small lowercase d. It stands for 0.1. If I have 1 decimeter, I have 0.1 of a meter. After deci, under chocolate, I'm going to write centi, C-E-N-T-I, and that stands for 0.01. The last unit we're going to write down is going to be milli, and it is 1,000th or 0.001 of whatever your base unit is. What I like about using this stair-step kind of acronym is we can make some really basic notes on this, where if we have a unit that we're starting with, whether we're starting from usually our base unit all the way down to milli, and we move the decimal to the left, we're moving up the stair step, and you move your decimal in that same direction. And if we move to the right or move down the stair step, the decimal also moves in that direction. So you can just track your pen movement and move the decimal whichever way you end up moving up or down the stair step. So we're going to write these notes in at the top of our notebook. Next, we're going to solve for a couple of examples. So for number 1, if I have 450 meters and I want to convert or change it to kilometers, I'm going to start by finding where meters are on my stair step, and it's going to be my base unit under usually, and then I'm going to count how many steps do I have to move to get it up to kilo. If I start at base unit, I go 1, 2, 3 steps up to kilo. I moved up the stair step, I moved to the left, which means I'm going to find the decimal. The decimal always happens, whether we place it or not, at the end of our numbers. So at 450, I could write in a little decimal, and I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 times to the left, which would give me 0.450 kilometers. Next, I'm going to try solving in the other direction. I want to change from my base unit, meters, down to centimeters. So I'm going to start again, right at that unit. I'm going to count 1, 2, down to centi, 0.01. I moved down the stair step, I moved to the right, so my decimal also moves to the right. So that's 6.2, I'm going to move the decimal 2 places over, 1, 2. If you notice, there is a blank next to the 2. We can always assume there is a 0 there. So I'm going to write in a 0, which means I have 6.2 meters equals 620 centimeters. The last example I'd like you to try on your own. You're going to change 61 centimeters into hectometers. So find centimeters on your stair step, find hectometers, figure out if you're moving up or down, and count the number of steps you will need to move your decimal place. Pause the video here, and in a moment I will read aloud your answer, but I will not be writing it down for you. All right, if you did your counting properly, you should have seen that the steps between centimeters and hectometers is 4. We should have moved them 4 to the left, which means I have 0.0061 hectometers for 61 centimeters. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.